Hello, my name is Anton and I am president of FluentPro Software Corporation. In this demo, I will show our product, FluentPro PMO. FluentPro PMO is a product for Microsoft Project Server and Project Online. It was designed to help companies start using Microsoft Project Server and Microsoft Project Online in a pre-configured mode. We try to bring all the best practices and all the most commonly used components to our configuration. Those components were identified over our 5 years of implementing Microsoft Project Server in different types of organization. With FluentPro PMO, companies can start using all the functionality of Microsoft Project Server and Microsoft Project Online immediately after installing our product, and this configuration will allow to grow their maturity level, how companies manage project and how they utilize Microsoft Project Online or Microsoft Project Server. Our solution covers several major areas of project server implementation. First of all, there are some improvements how companies track information about projects, and we do that by creating the different types of the project. We support three different types of the project. First set of projects are business transformation projects. Those projects are like HR project, finance project, or merge and acquisition project. Second subset of project are the IT projects. For example, it can be infrastructure, operation and maintenance, or decommission of infrastructure or software application. And third set of projects are all-around software development. You can find quick links to those projects here on the landing page, where you see every link will go to specific creation of project. Second area where we have very good features are project requests. Project request is idea management or ideation for projects. What we have is we support functionality where your employees can submit their ideas for the project on a separate site, and after review those ideas can be turned into the project. Third area where we have a lot of experience and we bring additional value are reporting. By default, in a project server and project online, the number of reports are limited, and companies typically go and create those reports yourself. You are limited to the tools out of the box as Excel services that you can use to create Excel services reports to visualize the data. Or you can use SSIS and SQL Server reporting services, but for that you will need to provision additional infrastructure for your applications. What we do is we offer a set of Excel services reports that companies can use, or they can use our application for data visualization for project management information. It's called EPM Pulse, and this application allows to see different type of reports and dashboard within application, as well as to create dashboards in what you see is what you get format. EPM Pulse allows users to create dashboards and report by using predefined building blocks to construct their dashboards. I will start demo from showing the overview of your portfolio, then we'll review couple projects, we'll review how workflow works for the projects, how the ideation works, and then we'll switch to reporting. To see list of my project portfolio, I click on my projects, and the system will bring standard view of all your projects that are active right now in the company. We have a special field called portfolio that indicates which project will be shown here, and right now we show just the portfolio for financial year 2015. Users are able to customize all the lookup tables and dictionaries for application. So instead of using the portfolio with FY 2015, you can use a different name, or it can be different portfolios, and product supports multiple portfolios. As well, on the screen you see indicators here. Those indicators, they highlight status for specific aspects of your project. We introduce 7 indicators. First one is schedule, resources, cost, risk, issues, quality, and return on investments. Those indicators, they're defined by project manager. So the project manager will go and define. We are on track on schedule, we are on track on resources, but we, for example, have some issues on, let's say, on risk or issues. So it's fully manageable by project manager. If I click on one of the projects, for example, the project execution, it says that it's IT project. And if I click on that project, I will see details about my project. On the left side, there are links that lead to project detail page. All those pages are called project detail page. Project detail page, they show information about projects, they show attribute. In terms of project source, they're called custom fields. Those custom fields track the information about the project, so project managers can enter information for each project. They will be stored along with schedule, and you don't need to track it in multiple places. We created set of custom fields that we deploy with our product, and they include such projects like what is the project number, what is the project priority, what is the, for example, investment type, to which portfolio this project belongs to, for example, program. And as I mentioned, since we have multiple types of the project in our configuration, we can have the different sets of the fields. For example, business transformation project will have one set of the field. Software development project will have second set of the field, and IT projects will have the third set of fields. And you as a company have full flexibility to add new fields or remove fields or change the values in drop down fields. So you can, if that's required, you can tune the system specifically for your process and for your needs and for how you, or what type of information you track. So the typical project summary page will have and will store the high level information about the project. Project charter page will have fields that you usually find on the typical PMI project charter document. What is the opportunity? What is the objective? What is cost? What are the benefits? What's in scope? What's out of the scope? What are possible major risks? You can capture all that information in project and keep it here so it's available at any point of time and you can reach that information. Key contacts page has several fields where you can list all the stakeholders or key resources or key contacts in your project. For example, who is the customer, who is the sponsor, who is the architect, who is the business owner for the project. Financial summary page has a set of fields for tracking the different types of cost information. First one are expected costs. So expected costs are the costs that are entered into the project when the project idea just generates. So it's very first idea of how much the project might cost. Approved cost, it's a cost that was approved by organization for executions of the project. It can be budget cost or it can be just approved cost. Two other costs that you will see here, the cost and actual cost, those costs are costs that come from schedule. So in a schedule, you have task breakdown, you have resources assigned to those tasks, and each resource has a cost rate. Project server will automatically calculate all those costs for all the tasks and resources assigned to the task, and the cost is set cost. So this cost is the latest known cost estimate for the project and it includes the actual cost. Separately, we show here the actual cost. Next page is status summary page, and that's the page where the project managers will go to the system and they will specify the different statuses for the fields in a project. For example, like here we have a status schedule, we have resources that are on track, costs on track, quality is on track. As well, in addition just to the status, project managers can go and provide the verbal explanation of the status. Key metrics page, it's available only for IT project and software development project. For example, in this case, we just track several fields here. For example, did it match the customer expectation? Did the solution pass user acceptance test? Did it pass the security review? Do we have enough documentation? Do we have enough user documentation? Companies can extend those pages I mentioned. You can create new custom fields, add those fields to this page, so your users can provide more input. It's a great place to store all the checklists, all the items that you need to check for your project, because when the information is stored in the project server It's recorded on the project level. It means that you have all the capabilities to perform analysis for your projects and for your portfolio. You can identify which projects in total, for example, what is the percentage of the project past security review, what is the percentage of the projects that where the capabilities matched expectations, how many projects of in your portfolio had the user documentation. So you can identify the later metrics that will allow you to improve how you run projects, but you need to have a place where to track that information and to identify the metrics that you want to measure your projects. And the last page is a schedule page. It's a typical work breakdown structure on the left and Gantt chart on the right, where you can see what is the progress of your project, and you can specify, for example, who is assigned to the task, what is the person complete for the task, what is the work amount. So it's a very standard schedule component. As well, for every project in Project Online Project Server, there's a project site. Project site, it's a place for the team collaboration. Team can store all the project artifacts on this site. They can perform communications. You can add the form component. They can track all the issues and risks. They can track change requests. They can track action items or decision logs for your projects. So it's a great place to store all the project communications, all the meetings information, all the documents in one place. In FluentPro PMO, we offer several types of site templates. In the default site template out of the box, you will find just the managing of deliverables, risk and issue. We have two site templates that you can use as well, and one of those, they are extended with new list and new information that you can track. By default, we have ability to track change requests, action items, decisions logs. You have option to have and track minutes of meetings on your document, as well as you have a special document structure for storing all the documents for your project. To get back to the list of projects, I click on the project link, and I again can see my project. If I click on the one more time on a project, on the IT execution project in IT, and if I click on the software security audit page, I can see that this project has a workflow, and we are right now on the executing phase and on the project execution stage. We can see all the historical information. We have two types of the workflows. There's one very linear workflow where you see it right now on the screen. We also have a more complicated workflow with several rounds of approvals, where before project can be moved from the execution to the planning, it requires approval. Before project will go from planning to execution, it requires an approval. When it moves from the execution to closing, for example, project is completed or cancelled, it requires the approval of business owner. And all the approvals work in a way that approver will receive an email. They will need to approve or reject the task, and when approval is given, project will move to the next stage, or it will be cancelled, or it will stay on the previous stage, requesting more information that approver needs to in order to provide the approval for the project. For every project type, we have different workflows. You can use the SharePoint Designer to modify the workflow if it's required. We provide several workflows that you can use. You can use them as is or modify. So you have a very good foundation, you have very good starting point for your projects. We have one more component that I mentioned, it's called the project requests. The idea of project requests is we have a separate SharePoint sites where employees of your organization can go and enter all their ideas. It can be some improvements of processes or business process, or ideas of new markets, or any kind of new initiatives that employees can suggest to a company to perform. So what you can do here is to provide to your employees access to this form. They will type all the information they can see on this form, and when they are ready, to submit, this information will be submitted for approval. You need to appoint a specific person who will be notified when there is a new request. The person will go to this request. They will be able to review that information if required to request more information. And after that, request can be approved or rejected. If it's rejected, it just stays here in the history. It will say that it's rejected. If it's approved, it will also stay here for recording. And in addition, our solution will go and create a project in a project server, and it will copy absolutely all the values from what the user specified here. All those values will go to the project server. So the new project will be created, and then you can assign project manager. That project manager can provide additional information, start building the schedule, estimates, and collaborate more on the project with the requester or with additional team members. Later you can use information from this form for your portfolio analysis in and what if analysis in project server. If I go back to my landing page, I see here as well the user guide. So the user guide is again separate site that we created that has some basic information about how to work with the system. This site covers all the basic operations that majority of the customers will deal with, and we provide them with very light level so you can read, understand, and start using the system effectively. Next big area where we provide additional value is reports. As part of our solution, we provide set of reports that companies can use. It consists several portfolio level reports, project reports, and status and resource information. For example, if I click on the project status report, I will get a report for one of the project. I can switch to the different project, and I will have what is the person complete for the project, what is the remaining work, some indicators, list of late tasks, milestones, some charts, what is the actual progress, what is the plan, what is the baseline. As well as, for example, if I click on the portfolio summary, I will see similar type of reports, but just for my project. So I have a list of my project, I have the, for example, duration, person complete, and their indicators for my projects. If I go back here, I see that we provide you a register of issues, register of risk, register of portfolio view with the cost information with the force, as well as couple resource overview and timesheet reports. That's option number one. You can use them out of the box as is. So you can modify those reports. You can create your own reports using the Excel services, and there's absolutely no charge for using this technology. As alternative to Excel source report, we offer access to our product, which is called the EPM Pulse. EPM Pulse is an app for Microsoft Project Online, available on subscription and available as a standalone product for Microsoft Project Server on-prem, that you can install to your Project Online or Project Server. And EPM Pulse, it's a data visualization platform. It allows to design dashboards and reports. And the concept that we are using is that companies can use the standard components to build all those dashboards. So companies don't need to focus where the data is stored, how it is stored, what are the relationships. Project managers and users, executives, PMO, they will focus on what they need to get. For example, how many active projects do I have? How many types of the project do I have? When my projects, how many projects will be completed, for example, in 60 days or over the 90 days? How many projects are planned to start in fourth quarter of 2015? So instead of designing those dashboards using like different queries, writing all that information, combining, we provide access to the widgets. So every single component that you see here, it's a widget, and I build those dashboards just adding those components, and we offer over 300 those widgets. In EPM Pulse, all the dashboards, they can be combined to storyboards. And if I click here on the storyboard icon, I see here two sample storyboards. First one is an executive summary storyboard, and second one is the IT PMO. If I click on the executive summary storyboard, we offer a high level view of what is going on in organization. I see all of my active projects. Or alternatively, for example, I can see project for last financial year. I see that I completed, we had certain projects we complete on the 6th were on time. That was the average direction. We had for example five IT projects of the type of infrastructure. We had some project, so many plans, so many completed on specific periods. As executive, I might want to see just the high level information that, for example, it can be organization delivery summary, or I can see more detailed information for my project. And again, we offer overview of entire organization, as well as you can define subsets of the information. For example, I want to see some business transformation project, or I want to see IT project, or I want to see IT plus software development. When you create a storyboard, you define that's my dashboard that I would like to see, and that's the data that those dashboard need to show. It's a combination of the data and dashboards. For example, if I click here, I see that I have right now 6 onboarded projects. That's the budget. That's the actual cost. That's the budget work. That's the actual work right now. I see how my work allocated over time. So it looks like I'm super busy here in the third quarter, and not that much busy in the fourth and the second quarter. So I probably can do something about allocation. I can see the high level about my utilization. For example, I see that's my availability of my resources. They are pretty much available, and that's the work. So I would say that I need to work on something to keep my team busy, because they are all available. It's not enough work planned for my team. And as well, if your resources will be over allocated, you will see the same information on the chart. I can see visual presentation of my project and portfolio, and I can see my, for example, issues by states or risk by states. If I click here on the chart, I can see pop-up information, just bigger view of the same chart. And as well, what I can switch to slightly different view of the same information. For example, I can see, okay, in the third quarter, that's the baseline work, that's the actual work, that's the planned work. I already see that my baseline is smaller than planned work, or aspect, at least here. But for example, in the fourth quarter, I see that my baseline is higher and the planned work smaller. So you can use this table as well to see discrepancies in your what was planned and what is approved, and you can compare all that information. Second area, you can, for example, combine here, so you can embed resource level dashboard. For example, I see the information for my resources. That's okay. I don't want to see that automatically. I want just to see for the current months. I switch to the current months. I see, let's see if we have any overutilized resources. Yes, we have the business analyst and we have the marketing manager. They looks like they're overallocated. So for example, I click on the marketing manager, and the system will drill down to the marketing manager, and it will show all the tasks that user is assigned to. It will show availability and utilization capacity for the resource. We see that the capacity for instance 40 hours, but he was assigned for 120 hours on specific week. For example, I can switch to the quarter, and I will see the same information for the quarter. So I still see that the marketing manager is over allocated, and I need to do something with his assignments. So well, here I see that's capacity, that's availability, that's all the assignments across multiple projects that I can see here. All the dashboards can be exported to the PDF or PNG, and at any time user can switch to different storyboard package. For example, I click on the IT PMO storyboard, and here see slightly different information. I see high level information. I can click on the work status. I will see more detailed information on my project, and for example, I want to see it just for IT project. I see project by type within IT. I see the project by investment type within IT. And for example, I can see, okay, which project is a new development. Okay, it's thermal air heating system for the helmets. Again, I can click here on this project, and I can see more details about this specific project. It will show the project dashboard, display all the information. I see what are the ongoing activities, if any, what is the budget, what is the cost, what is the work, what is the planned work compared to the budget. Do I have any outstanding issues? Do I have open issues? How the burn down chart looks like in the terms of the completion of the number of the open tasks. Same for the work distribution. And same time I can go back to our cost schedule, cost status, and see the same information just in the from the cost perspective. So again, I see what is the planned work, what is the planned cost for my IT project for the maintenance. How many, what is the planned work for my for my basic IT project, or for example for software development. Or I can say again, same information just for software development project. It looks like it's only one software development project here, and this is that the baseline, and the cost is the same. If I click on the overall status, again I see just the list of my project with indicators and risk and issues. If I have several critical projects, what I can do is I can also bring those projects just to this storyboard. So storyboard, it not only allows to embed the portfolio level dashboard, but it also allows to embed project level dashboards. So you can select a group of highly critical projects for your organization and bring them here, so they're available for executives, or for example for the PMO, with pretty much one click of the mouse. For example, I want to see audit tracking solution is a critical project, it's a high important project, and I would like to see what is the progress of the project. Do I have any open, do I have any task, what is the person complete. I can see all that information here. And again, I can switch to the team summary, and I can see resource utilization for my team. For example, I click here, I will see not entire team, entire resource pool, but I will see only the IT and software development resource. And again, I can switch to the quarter view and see, yeah, on the quarterly view we are pretty good, except the system analyst has some over allocation. To switch to dashboard designer, I go to the storyboard view, click on the dashboard designer, click on the create new, I select projects, and I click on the add widget. In this window I can select my widgets that I would like to display the information. For example, couple widgets here. For example, do I have any risk and issues? I click apply, and the system already built a dashboard. All that I have to do is just I need to reposition my chart, resize them, and this approach is removing huge amount of complexity from users. So the users don't need to focus how to get the data, they need to focus what type of information they would like to show on the dashboard, so they can make decisions quicker and see the information in more clearer and more transparent way. All those dashboards, they can be embedded to project server environment. You can create a separate set of page on the PWA and embed those dashboards, so users can view those dashboards on integrated into the project online. In EPM Pulse, you can create 4 types of dashboard. You can create portfolio dashboards, you can create project dashboards, it's a dashboard for one project. Resource pool, it's a dashboards for multiple resources, for group of resources. And a resource dashboard is dashboard for single resource. With EPM Pulse, you can cover pretty much all the aspects of reporting from the project server and project online. And you can target different audiences. You can target the executives, you can target the PMO, and you can target the project managers. The project managers can create their own dashboards that only them will see those dashboards, and they can use EPM Pulse to analyze the progress of their projects. During this demo, I demonstrated all the major components of our solution. Again, FluentPro PMO, it's a configuration. Except of EPM Pulse, there is no third-party components. You can use all the out-of-the-box functionality to tune FluentPro PMO for your needs. You can extend it by adding additional components, or changing or removing some fields or parts that you don't need to see. It's fully extensible, it's easily maintainable, and has pretty much all that the companies need to improve their project management practice, or just start using the Microsoft Project Line and Project Server. Thank you for your time, and we are looking forward to hear more from you. Please let us know if you have any questions about any of our products. Thank you and have a great day.